అటు బీపీ షుగర్లు. అందువల్ల ఏంటంటే మళ్ళీ మన హెల్త్ కేర్ మీద మనం ఫోకస్ చేయాలి. సో ఈరోజు లక్ష్మణ్ తమ్ముడు ఏంటంటే చాలా శ్రమ తీసుకుని మన ఆర్డర్ ఆఫ్ ది డే లాగా ఇప్పుడు అందరికీ కూడా మెజారిటీ ఆఫ్ పీపుల్ ఈ డయాబెటీస్, బీపీ, హైపర్ టెన్షన్ వీటితోటి బాధపడుతున్నారు కాబట్టి అందరూ మందులు వాడుతున్నారు, అవన్నీ కరెక్టే అనుకోండి. బట్ ఏంటంటే మనం డిఫరెంట్ యాంగిల్స్ నుంచి వేరే డాక్టర్ల ద్వారా మన యొక్క లైఫ్ స్టైల్ కూడా మనం చేంజ్ చేసుకుంటూ ఉండాలి. వాళ్ళ యొక్క సూచనలు పాటిస్తూ ఉండాలి. మనకి సరైన మెడికేషన్ అనేది చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్. డాక్టర్ రాజేంద్ర గారి ఈయన్ని మనం కాంటాక్ట్ చేయడం జరిగింది. హీ ఈస్ వెరీ కైండ్ ఎనఫ్ అండ్ హీ ఒబ్లైజ్ అవర్ రిక్వెస్ట్ అండ్ టుడే హీ ఈస్ అడ్రసింగ్ us and he is giving the suggestions. మనల్ని మీరందరూ కూడా చాలా రోజుల తర్వాత మనం యథావిధిగా జరపడానికి మీ వంతు సహకారంతో పార్టిసిపేట్ చేసినందుకు అందరికీ కూడా ఐఎమ్ వెల్కమింగ్ ఆల్. అందరికీ స్వాగతం, సుస్వాగతం. నౌ ఐ రిక్వెస్ట్ అవర్ లక్ష్మణ్ కుమార్ టు కంటిన్యూ ది మీటింగ్.
Good evening, friends. Good evening, friends, sir. Sir, is it audible, sir?
Good evening. Good evening.
Is it audible?
Yes.
Okay. And today, under BBG Healthcare, we are conducting this interaction with our beloved Dr. Ji, Dr. Rajendra Ji, Ramagiri. And before conducting and commencement, I request each member to introduce yourself within half minute only, please, so that everybody will be knowing each other. Please start with Tulsi Krishnamurthy Garu.
Sir,
Introduce yourself.
I am Tulsi Krishnamurthy andi na peru. నేను వచ్చి కమిటీలో మెంబర్షిప్ కమిటీ చైర్మన్ మరియు జాయింట్ సెక్రటరీ. సో ఇది సార్ దశ.
And I request GV Sagar Garu.
Hello. Good evening to everyone. I am Vidya Sagar, EC member BBG, and I am attending this Zoom meeting from Sydney. Now our time is 24th July, 12:30 midnight, 23rd.
Thank you, sir. And now I request under the name Google Pixel 6, please introduce yourself, sir.
Hello.
Google Pixel 6.
No, am I audible?
Yes, Anna.
I am the EC member of our BBG and editor of the BBG Voice. Nice to meet you all.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Ramarao Garu, I request you to introduce yourself, sir.
Ramarao. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Ramarao. Andhra Bengal Chase retire అయ్యానండి. Second, Diabetes Association for the last 30 years ఉంది. Almost senior most member అయి ఉంటాను, associated with the diabetics. చక్కగా పీబీజీ గ్రూప్ వారు మేనేజ్మెంట్ కమిటీకి థ్యాంక్స్ చెప్తున్నాను. చక్కని ప్రోగ్రామ్ ఆర్గనైజ్ చేశారు.
Thank you, sir. Now I request Gopal Krishna Garu, Tirungari.
Jai Gurudatta. Good evening to all friends. Very nice to see all of you here.
Thank you, sir. And Mrs. B. Renuka, madam. Okay, sir, Varada Nagai Garu, please introduce yourself, sir.
Good evening to all of you, sir. I am Varada Nagaya, member, EC member, and also chairman of BBG NRI Vibha. Thank you, sir.
Bindu Madhav, sir. Thank you, sir. Okay, you are in mute position, sir. Bindu Bandhu, sir. Unmute yourself.
I am Bindu Madhav. I am LMP in the organization. I am a member in this group right from since the start of this group.
Thank you, sir. Ravinder ji. Ravinder ji, unmute yourself, sir. Okay. Madam Tulsi Padmaja. Okay. M. Chandrasekhar, sir. Okay, you are not getting your mic is not connected, sir.
Sir, good evening. May I speak?
Yes, madam. Yes, madam. Continue.
Good evening to all of you. Na peru Renuka andi. Last month bank నుంచి రిటైర్ అయ్యాను. AGM గా రిటైర్. కొత్తగా జాయిన్ అయిన మెంబర్ నేను. Thanks for this one.
Thank you, madam. Thank you, madam. Anybody is there?
Myself,
Okay. Venkaba Anna, introduce yourself, Anna.
thank you. My name is Venkabara, Vice President BBG, and also the Chairman for the Family Patrons Group. Very happy to have this such a meeting after a long time, and I wish all our participants will take this advantage of this meeting with the doctor and get solve their any problems with their personal problems are there. They can ask and get the advice of the doctor. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. Is there anybody who can introduce yourself, sir?
మన ప్రెసిడెంట్ గారు ఉన్నారు ప్రసాద్.
Sir, Prasad Garu, I request your good selves to deliver your valuable words to our members, sir.
వచ్చారు, ఇందాక వచ్చారు.
Okay.
Oh, sir, this is Ram Mohan Namile, retired Chief Manager, Indian Bank. The societal conscious person.
Pardon, sir?
Societal conscious person. Health of the society lies in the health of the individuals collectively. So every person needs to be physically and mentally healthy, at least up to the age of 81. So this is my thing, and I eagerly look forward to listen to Dr. Rajendra. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Ram Mohan Nemali Garu just now spoken, and Ram Mohan Rao Rayana. Sir, our beloved president just now joined. I request our president, Rotarian PSV Prasad Rao Garu, to address our members. Happy occasion.
సార్ ఏదో మ్యూట్ లో ఉన్నట్టున్నాడు. మ్యూట్ లో ఉన్నాడు.
Please unmute yourself, sir.
సార్ ఫోన్ చేసి చెప్పండి.
ప్రసాద్ గారు అన్మ్యూట్ చేసుకోండి సార్. ఓకే, మళ్ళీ ఆయన లాగౌట్ అయినట్టున్నారు.
జయబాబు వచ్చారు.
జయబాబు గారు, ప్లీజ్ ఇంట్రడ్యూస్ యువర్ సెల్ఫ్ సార్.
బాబు ఉన్నారు.
Sir, those who have not introduced, please introduce yourself so that we can commence our session, sir.
I am Tadigamala Samsarao, BBG Treasurer.
Okay, sir. Welcome, sir. Jayabab Garu.
Jayabab Garu, please introduce yourself.
Speaker off chesara.
సార్ జయబాబు గారు ప్లీజ్ మాట్లాడండి. ఇంట్రడ్యూస్
నమస్తే సార్, నమస్తే. I am Jai Babu, Joint Secretary BBG.
Okay, sir. Let us start our proceedings, and our beloved Prasad Garu will join in the session afterwards, sir.
Anna.
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 Anybody is there to introduce, ma'am?
Yeah.
Good evening, everyone. I am Tulsi Padmaja.
Okay.
Vibhaga Secretary.
Thank you, madam. Thank you.
Sir, Prasad garu line lo unnaru.
Sir, good evening. Good evening.
Good evening,
sir.
to all.
I request
Sir,
your good
introduction
selves to deliver your valuable words to our members, sir. Please address, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Good evening to all. And hope you are all happy. And in fact, right now I'm at Plaza Hotel and to attend some other meet. And anyway, today it is a good move. And in fact, we wanted to conduct such type of Zoom meets, that is virtual meets, in a periodical, in a casual manner, by inviting renowned personalities. That will be helpful to our good number of members. And I request everyone, and please listen carefully, and whatever the clarifications or questions you wish to get clarified, please. Mr. Rajendra, request Rajendra also to support all our members. Good luck, Rajendra, and we will continue to meet. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir. So today, on behalf of Bhaganagar Bankers Group, I welcome you all to the interaction session with Dr. Ramagiri Rajendra ji, and he got the degree of MBBS from SV Medical College. He is a lifestyle physician, and he got his MEM, that is Master in Emergency Medicine, from Care Hospital, and he got the fellowship Critical Care from USA, and also he got the certification in plant-based nutrition also, and he is the member of the Indian Society Lifestyle Medicine affiliated to American College of Lifestyle Medicine. He worked as an expert in Apollo Hospital as well as Care Hospital and Super Specialty Hospital. And he got the awards also. He has been awarded as Best Diabetes and Lifestyle Disease Reversal Doctor by Global Pride in 2022. Social media also, he is active in social media, and his postings reached about 25 plus lakhs views. That is, and he also educated over 25,000 students also. It is a privilege for us to introduce Dr. Ramagiri Rajendra ji. Welcome, Ramagiri Rajendra ji. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for your warm welcome, sir.
I request all others to mute yourself, sir. Please listen. Let us listen, and let us have the knowledge of diabetes, how to cure it, how to avoid it also. And India is we are very proud to announce that India is the capital of diabetes in the world. And our diabetic population in 2019 is 77 million. Yes. Now it is 101 millions now, and it is going to reach 134 millions by the end of 2045. As the population is increasing, the number of diabetes people also is going at a faster stage than the rate of population. And Kerala stood first in diabetic population, and Haryana and Rajasthan are the least in our country. And let us listen to the valuable message of Dr. Rajendra ji, and let us avoid and let us take our precautionary measures to keep our health fit and diabetic free. Thank you, sir. I welcome you, Rajendra ji.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you, Lakshman Kumar Garu, and thank you, Prasad Garu, for inviting me here.
Okay. See.
Okay, am I audible and visible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
You can go ahead. Sir.
If everyone mutes that, so that I will be able to be audible to everyone. I request everyone to mute. Okay. So as Kumar Garu told, I am Dr. Rajendra. So I'm a medical doctor. I work with Care Hospital. I work with Apollo, and I work with Russian Renova. I worked in the corporate sector for 7+ years. So and right now I'm practicing lifestyle medicine. So why I got into this, I'll clarify. Then we'll get into why we are getting these lifestyle diseases. As Kumar Garu mentioned, there's very big increase in number of diabetes cases or hypertension cases or high cholesterol, heart attack issues. So why is that happening? Why all these issues are happening, and what we can do about it to prevent, and if we are already having it, what we can do to manage it well. All these things we are going to cover in coming 45 minutes to 1 hour. I will answer all your queries at the end of the presentation. I'll be here to answer all your queries at the end of the presentation. Okay. So after seeing more than 10,000 cases in the corporate sector, what I observed is more number of youngsters are getting these issues, and they are suffering with these issues for years. Probably many of you are having the issues for many years, 5 years, 10 years, even 20 years of time, and you are depending on medicines, and eventually complications are arising. After seeing the same trend for years, I felt that is there anything that we can do to help the patients? So if we understand, all these issues are called lifestyle issues. Why we are calling it as lifestyle issues is because there is something wrong happening in our lifestyle. Knowingly or unknowingly, there is something wrong happening in our lifestyle. What is, as per the American College of Lifestyle Medicine, there are 6 pillars. There are 6 pillars of lifestyle medicine. That is like, if you are making mistakes in these 6 pillars, that will lead to these issues. Whether if we take any lifestyle issues, if you are taking diabetes or the hypertension, high cholesterol, heart attack, PCOD issues, obesity, infertility, all these are considered as lifestyle issues because they are happening because of the mistakes that are happening in our day-to-day life. So what are the mistakes? What are the 6 pillars that will help us to stay healthy? As per American College of Lifestyle Medicine, if you get your notes and pen, if you want to note down, you can, free from the distractions so that you can focus and you can learn something that you can implement in your day-to-day life. Okay. Okay. What are the 6 pillars? One is right eating, the nutrition that we are getting or that we are feeding our body. Second is physical activity. Third is managing the stress. Fourth is building healthy relationship with the family, friends, and the colleagues. Fifth is getting good quality sleep. Sixth is avoiding alcohol, smoking, drugs, and all the stuff. These are the 6 pillars. If you are making right choices in these 6 pillars, we'll be able to prevent all the lifestyle issues that we have discussed. If you are already having, we'll be able to reverse it. But if you are making wrong choices in these 6 pillars, we'll suffer with these issues for lifetime and we'll face complications. So what I do today is, we'll discuss about major issues like diabetes, hypertension, high cholesterol, obesity. These are the 4 major issues that we are suffering. We'll discuss about that. After that, I will give you the solution. What are the changes that we can do in our day-to-day life so that we'll be able to manage it well. We'll be able to prevent the complications. All those things I will discuss in the second part. Okay. At first 30 minutes, we'll cover about each problem in detail. After that, we'll discuss about the solution. Okay. Yeah. This is a recent survey that Kumar Garu was also saying. The Lancet survey on June 9th, it was published. In India, there are 11% of diabetic and 15% are pre-diabetic. And here you can see 35% are having hypertension. 35 means 1 out of every 3 individuals. And if you see, even obesity is also like 1 in 3 individuals. 28.6 people are like obese. 81% of people are having cholesterol abnormalities. So every 1 in 3 individuals are having one or other issues. In every home, we are having the patients. Means there is some drastic change that happened in our lifestyle. If you see our previous generations, like 100 years ago, or even 78 years ago, we are not having these many number of cases, right? These cases are increased in the recent times. Means there's something wrong happening. We'll discuss about it and we'll discuss about the solution also, right? Chalo. Let us, whatever that I'm speaking today is completely scientific. And there is a myth that we're having that once you get diabetes or once you get hypertension, you need to depend on medicines for lifetime. There's a myth and there is a misconception that we are having, right? So a lot of people are like, even doctors feel that once you get diabetes, you are diabetic for lifetime and you need to use the medicines for lifetime. This is a myth that we are having. But for many years, there is so many scientific studies have proven that it is very much possible to reverse the lifestyle issues. Here are the books, and there are so many scientific studies are there. There is a book by Professor Roy Taylor on life without diabetes, and Your Simple Guide to Reversing Type 2 Diabetes by Professor Roy Taylor. And there is another book by Professor Neil Bernard on Dr. Neil Bernard's program for reversing diabetes. So whatever that I'm speaking is scientific and research based, and the latest researches that are happening in the Western world. Okay, right. So let us get into each problem in detail. Let us see diabetes first, then hypertension, then obesity, then cholesterol, then we'll get into the solution aspect. Okay, so what is diabetes? In simple terms, if your sugar levels are above normal limits in the blood, that is considered as diabetes. So then what is normal limit? Here you can take screenshot to see the normal limits. So there are three things that we check when we are checking the sugars. Fasting, that means after overnight fasting without taking your breakfast, tea or coffee, when you're checking the sugars, that is fasting sugars. Okay, and post sugars after 2 hours of taking your breakfast or the lunch. And there is something called HbA1c, which is average of 3 months. If your fasting sugars are above 126, or post sugars are above 200, or your HbA1c is above 6.5, that will be considered as diabetes. So when you check your fasting, post, and the HbA1c, that will indicate whether you are normal, whether you are in pre-diabetes condition, or whether you got already diabetes. Okay, all these things will be known by doing the blood test. Then what are the symptoms that will indicate whether you are having diabetes or not? What are the symptoms your body will tell you? Unfortunately, in most of the cases, diabetes will not show any symptoms. That is a bad luck. But there are certain symptoms that will indicate whether a person may have diabetes. So what are those symptoms? If you are having frequent urination, if you are passing urine more frequently, first thing. If you are feeling more thirsty, if you want to drink water more frequently, second. If you are hungry more often, if you want to eat something more often, third. And if you are having tiredness or the weakness, if you are losing the weight, if your vision is blurred, and if your wounds are not healing properly, if you have any cut and it is not healing properly, okay, if you are having tingling and numbness in your hands and feet, all these are the symptoms that are indicating if that a person may have diabetes. If you are having any of these symptoms, check your sugar levels, check your HbA1c, so that you'll be able to figure out whether you are having diabetes or not. Okay, but most of the people don't have diabetes. So what I advise to most of the people, and what I advise to my patients is, if you are crossing 35 years, every 6 months, get the blood test done. It is matter of 2,000 to 3,000. All the blood tests will be done in 2,000 to 3,000. Most of the labs are offering that. Thyrocare or the Path Lab, many reputed labs are offering that in 2,000 to 3,000. You can get all the blood tests done, so that you will be able to identify the problem in the beginning stage, so that you will be able to take the necessary measures, take the necessary changes in lifestyle or the medications and all. Okay, so check every 6 months. As most of you are above 50 or above 60, I request you all to check your blood test or the complete evaluation every 6 months. It doesn't cost you more than 3,000-4,000 for even complete evaluation, apart from the blood test and the other test. I will tell what are the tests that need to be done and how frequently you need to done. I will cover that at the end of the presentation. Right? Okay. So there are two types of diabetes generally. One is type 1, second is type 2. Type 1 generally happens in the kids. in type 1, the problem is, let us understand what is diabetes generally. So when you take the food gets digested, glucose is formed. That glucose needs to enter into the cell so that energy is produced, so that we'll be able to do our day-to-day activities. For doing our day-to-day activities, we need energy. That energy will be provided by the glucose, which comes from the food we eat. For that, it requires a hormone called insulin. Insulin helps in moving the glucose from blood into the cells. थोड़ा scientific है, थोड़ा focus करे तो समझ में आ जाता है. You'll be able to understand. थोड़ा focus करो. In type 1 diabetes, there is no insulin. There is no insulin. We can explain this concept with the lock and key mechanism. So, in our body, for the glucose to enter into the cell, for the production of energy, it requires insulin hormone. Insulin is like a key. This is a cell. This is a gate. Okay, when the insulin gets attached with the insulin receptor, then the gate will open, glucose will enter into the cells. But in type 1, which happens in the kids, there is no key. When there is no key, the lock cannot be opened, so glucose cannot enter into the cells. That's why kids who get diabetes depend on insulin for lifetime. Okay, kids who get diabetes depends on insulin injections for lifetime. That is type 1. But most of the people sitting over here are adults. Generally, the type of diabetes happens in adults is like type 2 diabetes. In type 2 diabetes, the problem is there is sufficient insulin, but it is not utilized properly. There is insulin, there is key, but it is not working properly because of insulin resistance. What is insulin resistance? You have insulin sufficiently, but it is not working properly. It is not able to open the gate. Why it is happening? The reason for insulin resistance lies in our lifestyle. If you are eating a lot of processed foods, if you are eating simple carbohydrate like rice or the rava, upmas, all this stuff, which are made up of white rice, okay? Or if you are eating a lot of processed foods, if you are having stress, if you are not sleeping properly, if you are not doing physical activity, if you are overweight or obese, all these are the causes for insulin resistance. I will repeat again. If you are eating unhealthy foods, junk foods, processed foods, pizzas, burgers, French fries, all the stuff, or if you are eating a lot of simple carbohydrates, or if you are not doing physical activity, if you are not having proper sleep, if you are having stress, if you are having emotional baggage, or if you are having emotional burden, all these things are causing insulin resistance, because of which you are suffering with type 2 diabetes. Okay, so all these are in our hands. Okay, if we change that, we'll be able to reduce the insulin resistance, we'll be able to control the sugars. The unfortunate thing is insulin resistance not only causes diabetes, it also causes multiple health issues. When you have the insulin resistance, it causes multiple health issues. That means if you are having wrong lifestyle that you have discussed, wrong choices that you are making on day-to-day basis, that not only cause diabetes, that cause many lifestyle issues that we have discussed, like the PCOD in females, or high cholesterol levels, or the heart attacks, okay, and high blood pressure and obesity. All these things are because of insulin resistance, which is because of the wrong choices that you are making on day-to-day basis. Okay, if we make changes in the choices that we are making on day-to-day basis, we'll be able to reduce insulin resistance. We'll be able to prevent all the issues that are happening. We'll be able to reverse if you are already having it. How to make the right choices, I will cover in the upcoming slides. Okay, a lot of people have doubt that I'm going to the best endocrinologist in the city. I'm going to the best doctor, but still I'm suffering with diabetes for the past 15 years, 20 years. Why is that happening? I'll clarify your doubt. Okay, that is with a simple example, that is fever versus diabetes. For example, you got fever because of some bacterial infection. Okay, so you are taking Dolo or paracetamol. Dolo or paracetamol will help to reduce fever, but the root cause of your fever is bacterial infection, which needs to be treated with antibiotics. The root cause is bacterial infection, which need to be treated with the antibiotics. But if you are just taking paracetamol or Dolo, that will not help you to cure your fever permanently. In the same way, for diabetes, the root cause is the mistakes that are happening in our lifestyle. Medicines that you are taking are absolutely needed to keep your sugars under control. But until and unless you address the root cause, which is the mistakes that are happening in your lifestyle, you will never be able to come out of diabetes. As I have mentioned, in the case of fever, to treat the fever completely or permanently, you need to take antibiotics. In the same way, to treat your diabetes or the hypertension or anything, you need to address the root cause. The root cause lies in your lifestyle. Until and unless you address the root cause, you will never be able to come out of diabetes or the hypertension or high cholesterol issues or overweight or obesity, all this stuff. But what is the problem? I'm not telling that the medicines are wrong. Being an emergency and critical care physician, I know medicines will make magics. Medicines will save lives. But just using medicines for the lifestyle issues is not correct. Apart from along with the medicines, you need to make the changes in the lifestyle so that you will be able to manage it well. You will be able to reduce the dependency on medicines or eventually stop the medicines when you are doing the lifestyle changes under the right guidance and when you are doing it very seriously. Okay, that is what my intention is. I'm not putting down the medicines, right? Okay. So next question is, why should someone need to keep their sugars under control? How does it make difference if my sugars are like 400 or 300 or 100? How does it make difference? I'll clarify. When your sugars are on higher side, you know that sugar is present in the blood. Blood flows in the blood vessels. When the sugars are increasing in the blood, the increased sugar will damage the blood vessels. Blood vessel is like a water pipe. So water flows in the water pipe. In the same way, blood flows in the blood vessels. When the sugars are increasing, that damages the inside layer of blood vessels. When the inside layer of blood vessel gets damaged, whatever the damaged areas, in those areas, cholesterol will go and stick. Okay, have you got it? This is a normal blood vessel. When your sugars are not under control, when your sugars are increasing, then those damaged areas will be covered by the cholesterol. This yellow color is cholesterol or the plaque. Eventually, the cholesterol levels will increase, the blockage will increase. Eventually, that leads to the complete blockage, heart attack, or the brain strokes. You got my point? When the sugars are not under control, that damages the blood vessels. When the blood vessels are damaged, then cholesterol or the plaque will form. Eventually, the size of the plaque or the blockages will increase. At a certain point of time, that completes the block the blood vessels, leading to the heart attack, leading to the brain stroke or paralysis. When the blood vessels which are supplying to the heart are blocked by the cholesterol, that leads to the heart attack. When the blood vessels which are supplying to the brain are blocked, that leads to the brain stroke or paralysis. Okay, so that is why you need to keep your sugars under control to prevent such incidents, right? Okay, if you see the life of a diabetic patient, probably most of the people who are having these issues can relate with me. If you are having diabetes, when you are diagnosed, your doctor will start with a single dose of medicines like the metformin or glimepiride combination. After certain few years of time, when the sugars are not under control, you go to doctor. Your doctor will tell, sir, your sugars are not under control. We need to add another drug. After a few years, again, when your sugars are increasing, you again go to doctor. He will add another drug. After a few years, he will tell that, sir, I have added all the tablets. As your sugar is not under control, then there is no other option. I need to start with the insulin. So he will start with the insulin. Eventually, dose of insulin will increase, and eventually patient will face multiple complications. Starting with low dose of medications, increased dose of medications, and starting with insulin and facing complications. It is a typical journey of diabetic patients. But what I'm talking about reversal. Reversal is controlling the sugars, reducing the medications, controlling your blood pressure, and even stopping the medications. All these things will happen when we make changes in the lifestyle under the right guidance. So what are those things we'll cover? So why most of you know why we need to control the diabetes, otherwise what are the complications? You know, here you can see eye-related complications, kidney-related, kidney failures, neuropathies, brain stroke or paralysis, heart attacks, and ulcer formation. All these complications will arise when your sugars are not under control. Here you can see it's like diabetes will affect in all 360-degree angles. In brain stroke paralysis, heart attack, peripheral arterial disease in the legs, and eyes, retinopathies, cataracts, glaucomas, diabetic foot ulcers, kidney nephropathies, nervous system neuropathies. So it affects all the organs. The unfortunate thing is, when you are diagnosed with the diabetes, from the day all these damages will happen, at certain point of time, that will be reflected in the form of disease. Your heart attack will not happen in a single day. Heart attack will happen because the blockages are building up over a period of 10 years, 15 years, 20 years of time. At certain point of time, the blockages will completely block the blood vessels, leading to the heart attack. So kidney damage or the dialysis, you will not land up in dialysis in a single day. As you are diagnosed with the diabetes, from that day, the kidneys are damaging. At certain point of time, kidneys will not be able to handle the load, so they will not be able to filter. At that point of time, you need to depend on the dialysis. So from the beginning itself, when we are taking care of our health, then we will be able to prevent such complications. Hope everything is clear. Kumar Garu, hope అర్థమవుతుంది కదా నేను చెప్తుంది సింపుల్ గా.
Yes sir, we are getting sir.
Thank you sir. Okay, so probably మీరు చూసుండొచ్చు. I mean, I'm mixing Telugu and English, mostly English. So you might have seen this kind of ulcers which will not heal in diabetes. When the sugars are not under control, wounds will not heal. That is the problem with diabetes. And you might have seen the gangrene formation also. Gangrene formation where you might have seen some people have removed their toes or the foot. All these things will happen because to prevent further spreading of infection to the body, there is no other option for us rather than to remove their toes or the foot. Do you know every year 40,000 people are losing their foot or the toes in India? Every year 40,000 people. This is a very big number. When we keep our sugars under control, we will not get into that stage. I don't want anyone to get into that stage. Right? As we discussed, when kidneys are not functioning properly, we need to depend on dialysis. Kidneys do filtration work. Kidneys filter the blood and remove the toxins or the waste material from the blood in the form of urine. But when the kidneys are damaged, they are not able to filter the blood. So what we need to do? We need to depend on an external machine which filters the blood. That is dialysis machine. We need to, generally we advise patient to do 2 times or 3 times a week, depending on the condition. So when the kidneys are failed, we need to depend on dialysis for lifetime. So when we keep our sugars under control or when we reverse the diabetes, we will not land in such kind of situations in the longer run. It is like lifetime suffering. Understand it. I used to see the patients who come to, when a person is on dialysis, he need to come to hospital weekly 2 to 3 times and he need to lie on the bed for 5-6 hours for undergoing dialysis, and someone need to accompany the patient. So the quality of his life and his family will be completely affected. So I don't want anyone, genuinely, a lot of people ask, you worked in the corporates, why you got into this wellness? Why? Because I have seen the suffering of thousands of cases. I want to save as many people as I can so that they will not get into these issues. That is my intent of getting into wellness from working in the top corporates. Okay. And unfortunate thing with the diabetes is it causes silent heart attack. What is this silent heart attack? So when someone who is normal, okay, like me, like anyone, if he gets a heart attack, he feels chest pain and pain radiating to left shoulder or the jaw, sweating, all these symptoms will arise. If I have chest pain, I feel that I'm having the symptom. I may get doubt that, yeah, I'm getting heart attack. Maybe I need to go to hospital and undergo treatment. But unfortunate thing with diabetes is 20% of people with diabetes will not get pain. Even though they get heart attack, they will not get pain because their nerves are getting damaged. So they will not feel the sensation of pain. If you have the pain sensation, you will go to hospital or you will tell your family members or the friends that I'm having the pain, so please take me to hospital. But in some diabetic patients, they will not even feel the pain, chest pain. So they feel that everything is happening good. They get heart attack and they die. Being emergency physician, a lot of people are brought to our ED when we in unresponsive state. By the time they are brought to ED, they are already dead. When we have taken the complete history, we come to know that they are having diabetes for the long term. They might have got the heart attack, because of which they are not having the symptoms, and it's a silent heart attack. So it is like having diabetes is like sitting on a time bomb. It can explode at any point of time. So we need to be careful about that. Okay, these are the complications. This is all about the diabetes. And this is a Lancet journal. What it is saying is, Lancet is like world's top medical journal. If something is published in the Lancet, that is like ultimate. What Lancet is saying, using medicines is not the solution for type 2 diabetes. Using medicines is not the solution for type 2 diabetes. Then what is the solution? No medications can do what a diet and lifestyle changes can do for a diabetic patient. You are getting diabetes because of the mistakes happening in your lifestyle. Make changes in your diet and lifestyle that will benefit you more than the medicines. Lancet journal is saying that. Okay, so we'll see about those changes in the incoming 10-15 minutes. What changes we can make. And there is a survey Times of India conducted that concluded that average diabetic patient is spending 15-20 lakhs for medicines or for the complications that we have discussed. We can save this money and save the suffering that happens with the diseases when we are able to keep our sugars under control. 15-20 lakhs is a huge money a diabetic patient is spending over a period of his lifetime for the complication, for hospital admissions, for repeated hospital visits, doctor visits, and all. We can prevent that when we are able to keep the things under control. Okay, this is all about diabetes and complications and financial expenses and all. Okay, let us get into another problem. That another major issue that we have seen is like the hypertension. As Kumar Garu mentioned, hypertension in India, we have nearly 28% of people, 28 or 30, even roughly 30% of people are hypertensive. 30% means 1 in 3 individual is hypertensive in India. So how can we know? I highly recommend each and everyone to have a glucometer and BP apparatus. It doesn't cost you more than 3,000 rupees, so that you will be able to monitor at your home. Okay, so you'll be able to see how is your blood pressure. The unfortunate thing with the diabetes and blood pressure is it will not cause any kind of symptoms. That is a bad thing. I will tell you about one story, one of my patient's journey in the upcoming slides. Yeah, what happened is one of my friends sent her father's pic. His मेरा father का eyes red हो रहा है, my father eyes red होता है, ऐसी photo पंपिंगी. Then I asked her, check the blood pressure. He was not diagnosed with diabetes and hypertension till that time. Then I told her to check the blood pressure. His blood pressure was 180/120. He never checked the blood pressure till that time, so he never know that he was having blood pressure. He may be having for years, because of which his eyes got affected. When we checked the blood pressure, it was like very high, 180/120. Then I have told her to do the complete blood workup. Then we came to know that he was having even diabetes with the sugar levels of 350 and HbA1c of 12. So the unfortunate thing about diabetes and hypertension, it will not cause any symptoms. So I sincerely request each and everyone, every 6 months, get your blood test done, get your blood pressure checked up, so that you will be able to identify in the early stages, so that you will be able to you will be able to prevent serious complications that happens with these issues. And I request everyone to have the glucometer and BP apparatus in your homes, so that you will be able to check the sugars at least 15 days once. If you're not having diabetes, 15 days once you can check. Monthly once you can check if you're not having diabetes. Blood pressure also weekly once you can check if you're having the digital BP apparatus at home. So I request everyone to have it. You can buy from any pharmacies, you will get it. Okay. Sure. So when you check the blood pressure, if your blood pressure is like above 140/90, you will be considered as hypertensive. Then why this hypertension is happening? What are the causes of this hypertension? Let us see. One is major cause is stress. Second is lack of sleep. Third is eating a lot of processed foods, packaged foods. Fourth is if you are overweight or obese. Fifth, excess smoking and alcohol intake. These are the 6 major causes of hypertension or the high blood pressure. Lot of stress, lack of sleep, eating a lot of processed foods, overweight or obese, excess smoking, and excess alcohol. These are the 6 causes. If we make changes in these 6 causes, we'll be able to control the blood pressure. We'll be able to reduce the medicine dose for high blood pressure. I have many cases where I was able to help to bring down their blood pressure from 180, 110 to normal and stop the medications with simple lifestyle changes. No magic, simple scientific based lifestyle changes. So it is, I will show even some testimonials so you will understand that. So why? And we need to keep, like diabetes, you need to keep your blood pressure also under control. Why? If you don't keep blood pressure under control, that also lead to many complications like diabetes. How? It leads to heart attack, it leads to brain stroke, it leads to heart failure, sexual dysfunction, kidney problems and kidney failures. All these complications will happen when your blood pressure is not under control. So you need to keep it under control. How to do that? I will cover in the slides. The next problem, diabetes we have seen, hypertension we have seen what are the causes, we have seen why you need to reverse it. Okay, then another major issue that we have seen is like 1 in 3 individuals in India is having overweight or obese. How can you know? There is a BMI calculator. You can use BMI calculator by using your height and weight. You will get the whether you are normal, overweight or obese with that BMI calculator. Okay, so why you need to lose in a healthy way? If you are overweight or obese, what is going to happen? If you are overweight or obese, same. Lot of people think that diabetes is a problem. I can understand. Hypertension is a disease. I can understand. But obesity to kuch bhi nahi hai. Obesity ante normal gaane unnanu kada anukuntaru. But as per World Health Organization, if you are obese, obesity is considered as a disease. Obesity is considered as a disease by World Health Organization. First thing. Second thing. So obesity is mother of all the lifestyle issues. If you are obese, you are inviting all the lifestyle issues into your life, like diabetes and the hypertension, high cholesterol, heart attack, brain stroke, and gallbladder stones, mokal nopulu, osteoarthritis, back pains, fatty liver issues. All these issues will arise if you are overweight or obese. So obesity is like mother of all issues. If you are obese, you are inviting all these things into your body. So if you are obese, your focus is to lose the weight in a right manner so that you will be able to prevent all these complications, all these health issues that happens with overweight and obesity. Okay. So unfortunate thing is, if you're if 100 people are type 2 diabetes, 80 people are like overweight or obese. So if you are overweight or obese, you are like at high risk of getting diabetes. So we have covered about diabetes and the hypertension and obesity. The last problem is cholesterol, high cholesterol. So what are the causes of high cholesterol? Why cholesterol levels will increase? What is the root cause? First is, if a person is overweight or obese, that increases the cholesterol levels. Obesity itself means you have a lot of fat stored in your body. Okay. Next, if you are eating a lot of animal products, cholesterol is present only in the animal foods. If you are eating a lot of animal foods like chicken, mutton, liver, lot of animal foods if you are eating, or if you are taking full fat daily, all these things will increase the cholesterol levels. If you are not doing physical activity, if you are sitting idle, all these things will increase your cholesterol levels. Okay. Obesity, if you are taking a lot of non-veg, egg yellows, and the chicken, mutton, all this stuff, I'm not telling you to stop it. I'm telling you to reduce the quantity or the frequency. If you are taking weekly once, I don't have any problem. But if you are taking daily, or if you are taking 3-4 times, that will create the problem. Okay. Right. So what is happening? What will happen if your cholesterol levels are high? How does it make difference? If your cholesterol levels are high, that causes blockages. If you see this yellow color is blockages. If your cholesterol levels are high, that causes blockages. Eventually, these cholesterol levels will increase and the blockages will increase. Eventually, that leads to heart attacks and the brain strokes. So that's why you need to keep your cholesterol under control. You need to keep your blood sugar under control, blood pressure under control. You need to lose your weight and you need to keep your cholesterol under control. If your blood pressure or blood sugar or blood pressure is not under control, that damages the blood vessels, that promotes the accumulation of cholesterol leading to the heart attack or brain stroke. All these issues are interlinked. Diabetes, hypertension, obesity, cholesterol, heart attacks, paralysis, all these issues are interlinked. All these are not separate. All these things are interlinked with each other. Okay. So, as we have discussed earlier, so what are the root cause of all these issues? As I have discussed in the first slide itself, the root cause of all these medical issues is like are 6 pillars that I have mentioned. Your diet, physical activity, stress, sleep, the relationship that you have with the family, friends, and the colleagues, and staying away from the drugs and alcohol. These 6 pillars will determine whether you suffer with these issues or whether you lead healthy life. So what we will do is, the root cause of all these issues lies in these 6 pillars. What I will do is, I will cover about each pillar, what changes you can make in your day-to-day life that will help you to prevent it, or that will help you to manage these issues well. I will cover each problem in a brief manner, 1 to 2 minutes each pillar. Regarding the nutrition, what changes you can make. Regarding physical activity, what you can do. I will cover one by one, because only Kumar sir gave me only 45 minutes time. I will cover it in that time. I will try to cover it in that time. Okay, right. So the first, see, first is diet and nutrition. What are the changes that you can do in your diet and nutrition? Fiber is the most important. See, there is a saying, your food can act as a medicine or it can act as a slow poison. If you take the right food, that will act as a medicine and that will help you to cure the diseases. If you take wrong food, that will act as a slow poison and that will impact you in the long term. So taking the right food is important, so that will act as a medicine and help you to cure the problems that you're having. So what you can do, what are the changes you can do to get the right food into your body? First thing is, add lot of natural foods to your diet. Lot of natural foods. How can you add that? Add fruits. Lot of fruits. If you are diabetic, you need to avoid 4 fruits: mango, chiku or sapota, banana, grapes, which are like high sweet. You need to avoid mango, sapota, banana, grapes. Avoid these 4 fruits. Apart from that, you can take any other fruits which are like high sweet. Avoid that. Apart from that, you can take any other fruits. Include fruits in your diet, either morning at breakfast time or mid-morning or in the evening. Breakfast time or around 11 o'clock. Breakfast and lunch మధ్యలో or evening time లో, ఈ 3 టైంలో ఎప్పుడైనా తీసుకోవచ్చు. ఫ్రూట్స్ రెగ్యులర్ గా పెట్టుకోండి. ఫస్ట్ థింగ్. సెకండ్ థింగ్ ఇస్, యాడ్ సెర్టెన్ సీడ్స్ లైక్ చియా సీడ్స్ ఉంటాయి, ఫ్లాక్ సీడ్స్ అండ్ అవిసెలు, లేక సన్ఫ్లవర్ సీడ్స్, ఓకే, పంకిన్ సీడ్స్. ఈ సీడ్స్ ఓవర్ నైట్ సోక్ చేసుకొని మార్నింగ్ తీసుకోవచ్చు. సీడ్స్ యాడ్ చేసుకోండి. ఆల్మండ్స్, వాల్నట్స్, ఇవి హెల్తీ ఫ్యాట్స్ అండ్ ప్రోటీన్ ఇస్తాయి. సో యూ కెన్ యాడ్ ఆల్మండ్స్ అండ్ వాల్నట్స్ ఇన్ టు యువర్ డైట్ ఆన్ డే టు డే బేసిస్. ఓవర్ నైట్ సోక్ చేసుకొని వాడండి. And as I told, lot of natural foods like fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, sprouts. You can use sprouts and start your day with a detox juice. Vegetable juice to start cheyandi. That will help to remove the toxins that are there in your body. So vegetable juice to you can use, the best is like the ashgar. Ashgar and the Budda Gumadi is like the best. You can use any vegetable juice and start your day not with the tea coffee. Start your day with the vegetable juice. After that, you can take tea coffee, but start your day with the vegetable juice. Vegetable juice, I told you. Fruits, I told you. Nuts and seeds, and add salads to your diet. Telugu వాళ్ళు చాలా మంది we don't take salads. So adding salads in the salads and time there, cucumber, carrot.
Sir, please explain the avoidable fruits, sir.
Avoidable fruits, I told, sir. Mango, sapota, grapes, banana, sir.
ఓకే సార్.
ఇవి కాక ఇంకేమైనా ఎక్కువ స్వీట్ గా ఉంటే అవి వదిలేసి, నేను ఇక్కడ లిస్ట్ కూడా ఇస్తున్నాను ఏ ఫ్రూట్స్ తీసుకోవచ్చు అని. మీరు ఫోటో తీసుకోవచ్చు. అవకాడోస్, గోవా అంటే మన జామకాయ, యాపిల్, పియర్స్, ప్లమ్స్, బెర్రీస్, ఆరెంజెస్, పీచెస్, కివి, ఇవన్నీ ఫ్రూట్స్ బ్రహ్మాండంగా తీసుకోవచ్చు. డయాబెటీస్ వాళ్ళు, మీకు డయాబెటీస్ లేదంటే ఏ ఫ్రూట్స్ అయినా తీసుకోవచ్చు. ఓకే, ఇఫ్ యు ఆర్ హ్యావింగ్ డయాబెటీస్, యూ కెన్ టేక్ దీస్ ఫ్రూట్స్ and avoid 4 fruits that I have mentioned. If you are not having diabetes, you can take any fruits. And seeds lo nenu cheppindi, chia seeds, flax seeds, sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds, and almonds and walnuts overnight soaked, and vegetable juice in the morning. And there is another thing that you can make. మనం తెలుగు వాళ్ళు ఏం చేస్తాం అంటే సౌత్ ఇండియాలో 70% రైస్ అన్న రోటీ పెట్టుకుంటాం, 30% కర్రీస్ పెట్టుకుంటాము. బట్ వీ నీడ్ టు 70% రైస్ రోటీ పెట్టుకుంటాము, 30% కర్రీస్ పెట్టుకుంటాం మన ప్లేట్ లో. దానిలో ఒక చిన్న మార్పు చేయాలి. దాన్ని 4 పార్ట్స్ గా డివైడ్ చేస్తే 1 portion of rice or roti, 1 portion of dal for protein needed for the body, 1 portion of curries, 1 portion of salads. Your food plate should be divided into 4 parts. 4 parts లో 1 portion curries, 1 portion dal, 1 portion rice or roti, 1 portion salads. In that way, you are able to give vitamins, minerals needed for the body in the form of curries and the salads, and fiber in the form of curries and salads. You are meeting protein with the dal and carbohydrates with the rice. ఈ విధంగా మీ ఫుడ్ ప్లేట్ లో చేంజెస్ చేసుకోండి. 25, 25, 25, 25 అంటే ఈక్వల్ 1/4, 1/4, 1/4. రైస్ ఆర్ రోటీ, కర్రీస్, దాల్ అండ్ సలాడ్స్. ఈ విధంగా సలాడ్స్ లో మీరు ఇంక్లూడ్ చేసుకోవాల్సినవి ఏమి, క్యారెట్, కుకుంబర్, బెల్ పెప్పర్స్, ఓకే, క్యాబేజ్, ఇవన్నీ కూడా యూజ్ చేయొచ్చు. ఒక 5-6 ఉన్నాయి, కావాలంటే ఐ విల్ షేర్ ద ఇమేజెస్. మీకు డయాబెటిక్ ఫ్రెండ్లీ ఫ్రూట్స్ ఏవి అనేది కూడా ఇమేజ్ పంపిస్తాను నేను. అంటే మీరు సలాడ్స్ లో ఏం యూజ్ చేయాలి అన్నా కానీ ఐ విల్ ఫార్వర్డ్ ద ఇమేజ్ టు కుమార్ గారు, హీ విల్ ఫార్వర్డ్ ఇన్ యువర్ గ్రూప్. ఓకే, సో ఈ చేంజెస్ మీరు డైట్ పరంగా చేయగలిగితే చాలా హెల్ప్ అవుతుంది. దాంతో పాటు ఇఫ్ యు ఆర్ ఏబుల్ టు, మోస్ట్ ఆఫ్ యు ఆర్ రిటైర్డ్ పీపుల్, సో ఐ రికమెండ్ టు ఫినిష్ యువర్ డిన్నర్ ఎర్లీ. Means if you are able to finish your dinner by 7 o'clock, that will be great. If you see our ancient generations, mana me kante me parents తీసుకున్నా, మా తాత వాళ్ళు తీసుకున్నా, and they used to finish their dinner early. They used to live healthy life. But ఇప్పుడున్న generation, what we are doing is we are taking our dinner 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. So our body's digestive system works according to the sunlight. When you are taking dinner late, it is hard to digest. Body cannot be able to digest it. That will not be helpful for our body. Okay, there are so many science behind it. Time లేదు కాబట్టి నేను అదంతా చెప్పట్లేదు. But if you are able to finish your dinner early, if you are able to finish by 6 or 7 o'clock, that will be great. And night dinner చాలా లైట్ గా తీసుకోగలిగితే that will be great. So నేను మీకు డైట్ పరంగా 6-7 చేంజెస్ చెప్పాను. స్టార్టింగ్ విత్ వెజిటేబుల్ జ్యూస్ అండ్ ఫుడ్ ప్లేట్ లో చేంజెస్ 25% అనేది, అండ్ ఫ్రూట్స్ యాడ్ చేసుకోమన్నాను, సీడ్స్ యాడ్ చేయమన్నాను, నట్స్ యాడ్ చేయమన్నాను, ఎర్లీ డిన్నర్ అన్నాను. ఇంకొకటి, when you are eating, don't watch TV, mobile or the laptop. Focus on the food. Chew the food properly. Spend at least 20-25 minutes of time. Chew the food properly. Spend at least 20 minutes of time to eat the food. These are the 6-7 simple changes that I have told that will make a huge difference in your health. Okay, clear? So regarding the diet, I have cleared. Irrespective of the problems that you're having, whether you have diabetes or the hypertension or obesity or any issues, these simple things will help. First thing. Second thing, let us come to exercise. Second pillar of healthy lifestyle is like the exercise. So in the exercise, I want you to do any activity that you love. If you love walking, do walking. If you love jogging, do jogging. If you love swimming, do that. If you love to play badminton, do that. But do the physical activity which you love. Why? Why? Because you need to do it consistently and every day. If you don't like that, you will not be able to do that regularly, right? If you don't like going to gym, you will do it for 2-3 days and you stop it. That's why you choose any activity that you love. And I recommend if you go with your wife or the family members, that will be great. You can spend time with them. You can share your views. You can build a good relationship. So walking, going to walking or the playing along with your wife or the husband or your kids, anything that will help to build the relationship, that will help to your health also. And this is first thing, choosing the right exercise or the exercise that you love. First thing. Second thing, after lunch and dinner, give 10 minutes break and walk for 5 to 10 minutes. After lunch and dinner, give 10 minutes break and walk for 5 to 10 minutes, normal walking. No jogging, no running, just simple walking. That helps to control the post sugars. After lunch sugars, better. After lunch and dinner, give 10 minutes break and walk for 5 to 10 minutes. Gulp mein kar sakta hai. I mean, you can do in your home also. This is second thing. Third thing, don't sit for long hours. Don't sit for longer hours. Many scientific studies have proven that sitting is like new smoking. If you sit for longer period of time, that will have impact on your health like smoking. Don't sit for longer hours. So after every 1 hour, you walk for 1 to 2 minutes of time. After every 1 hour, you can keep alarm in your mobile. After every 1 hour, you can walk for 1 to 2 minutes of time. So whenever you are speaking over the call, you can walk, and while you are attending a call, you can walk while you are speaking over the call. So these are the simple changes that you can do regarding the physical activity. There's something called anti-gravity exercise. In the YouTube, you can see that what are the anti-gravity exercises that will be helpful for diabetic patients. So regarding the physical activity, I have told. Third thing is sleep. So sleep is as important as diet. So 6 to 8 hours of sleep is important. The timing of sleep is very much important. If you are going to bed by 10:30, that is awesome. If you are going to bed by 9 o'clock, that is super awesome. So give 6 to 8 hours of sleep And a lot of people, old age people will give this complaint that I am waking up in the night for passing the urine. For them, I am suggesting one thing. Most of your water intake should be finished by 6 o'clock so that you will not wake up during the sleep for passing the urine. Most of your water intake should finish by 6 o'clock. After that, if you are feeling like thirsty, take small sips of water so that you will not wake up during the night. Your sleep will not get disturbed. Sleep by 10:30 or max by 11 o'clock. And most important thing that I want you to do is keep this mobile away 1 hour before you go to bed. Why? Mobile, laptop or TV. Why? Why? Because these mobiles are the digital devices emits blue light that will reduce the production of a hormone called melatonin. This melatonin hormone is helpful to get a good quality sleep. When you are using this, melatonin production will reduce and that will affect the quality of sleep. So avoid using these mobiles and laptops and TV. Last 1 hour, spend with your wife, spend with your husband, spend with your kids or the grandkids, or read a book, or read a spiritual book, or write down journal, or anything, whichever that you love to do, whichever is your hobby, do that in the last 1 hour, but don't use mobile, TV and all the stuff. That will impact the quality of sleep. Okay. So you can take evening shower to get the good quality sleep. Okay. These are the, if someone is having the issues, you can do something called left nostril breathing. What is that? Close your right nostril, inhale and exhale through the left nostril only. Inhalation and exhalation through the left nostril, do it for 15-20 times. That will calm down your mind and helps to get good quality sleep. So I have told you the importance of sleep. Why it is important is your toxins from the body will be removed, regeneration, repair, balancing of hormones. Okay. It is like recharging your battery. All these things will happen during the sleep. If you're not having the sleep, or if you're sleeping 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the night, it will be tough to control sugars. It will be tough to control your blood pressure or control your cholesterol, anything. It will be tough. Even though you are doing physical activity, even though if you are eating right food, if you're not sleeping properly, that will completely affect your health. So all the 6 pillars are important. That's why I told like 6 pillars. How pillars are important for the home. In the same way, these 6 pillars are important for your health. Okay, I've covered about diet, I've covered about exercise, I've covered about the sleep. 4th is like the stress management. Most of the people know you need to manage the stress. For that, you can do deep breathing, you can travel, you can spend time with the family, you can go to temples, or you can go for trips. Kuch bhi karo. So you need to manage the stress so that will not impact your health, right? Staying away from the alcohol and drugs, are taking in a limited quantity, and building healthy relationship and having a community like this. You have Bagana. I really appreciate Prasad sir. At this age, he created a group, association of people where you can connect with others, where you can share your feelings, where you can build relationship, friendships. That's a very beautiful community that Sarah has created, right? I really appreciate that. I really appreciate his energy and his passion to create such kind of communities for the business groups, for the Baganagar people, or for the Vaishya business community. At that age, his passion to serve the society is amazing. Okay, so you have such kind of community where you can connect with people and where you can build a relationship, you can travel together. So you have that one pillar is taken care. One pillar is taken care by Prasad sir. So the remaining 5 pillars you need to work upon. I have given you the simple strategies. If you work on those things, you will be able to prevent the most of the lifestyle issues. You will be able to reverse it also. Okay. So I will conclude. I will show the summary of whatever that we have discussed. So your input means your lifestyle will give the outcome. If your lifestyle or if you are making choices wrong, that will give the diseases. Like what are the wrong choices that we have discussed? If you're eating a lot of junk food or the processed foods or the packaged foods, if you're sleeping late night, if you're not doing physical activity, if you're stressed, if you're drinking alcohol and smoking, if your choices are like this, you are prone to get diabetes or pre-diabetes, obesity, hypertension, heart attack, or kidney issues, all these things. If your choices are like this. But after understanding whatever the things that I have covered, if you are making right choices by eating healthy, the way that I have mentioned, by doing the physical activity, by sleeping right, sleeping early, by managing the stress, building healthy relationship with the family or the friends, okay? All these things, if you are making the right choices, that will help you to have a healthy body, be more productive. You can spend time with your family, kids and grandkids. You can travel the world. Okay, you will be able to prevent the issues that we have discussed. You will be able to reverse them. You will have better immunity and prevent any kind of infections. So your choices will determine whether you lead healthy life or whether you suffer with the diseases will be determined by your choices, not by the doctor, not by the government, or not by anyone. Hope it is clear. Okay. As you mentioned earlier, I want everyone to get the blood test done every 6 months so that you'll be able to understand where you are standing. You will be able to identify the problem early. And if your sons also are above 30 years, I recommend to do it every 6 months so that you will be able to identify, because 30K upper we are getting the diabetes. I have seen 20s mein diabetes. I have seen 20s mein hypertension. So don't take it lightly, because health is everything. We know health is like everything, irrespective of the money that you're having. If you're not healthy, that will not help you in any way. So prevention is better than cure. So make these choices, even though if you're not having the health issues. If you're having, also follow it so that will be helpful to take care of your health better. And as I mentioned earlier, I help in reversal. What is meant by reversal? As we have seen in the diabetic cases, they will be started with low dose medicine, increased dose of medications, and complications, and insulin and the complications. I help in reversal with the lifestyle changes. That means I help in coming in opposite direction, means controlling the sugars, reducing the insulin, stopping the insulin, reducing the medications, or even stopping. That depends on the case to case. I'm not telling that I can stop medicines for all the cases. That depends on case, how long you are having, how is your HbA1c, how are your sugars, how complicated your case. All these things will matters. That but there is a great improvement, I can promise, but I cannot promise sub cases reverse ho jayega bolke. Okay, so I help in controlling the sugars, reducing the medications, losing the weight, and becoming young. All these things I can do. Okay, so as I told, I have more than 1,000 cases where I successfully help them to reduce medicines or stop medications. I will show certain. I mean, a lot of people have this myth that once we get diabetes, we are diabetic for lifetime. Bolke, I have hundreds of cases where we stop the medications. Here with the reports, I have kept only 6-7 cases, because 500 cases I cannot keep over here. Here, there's a case from Godavari, Karimnagar district, came to me from 13.4 HbA1c and 300 plus sugars. I was able to bring down to 6 HbA1c. In 3.5 months, I stopped all the medications. I stopped all the medicines. In 2 months, I stopped all the medicines. To bring down the HbA1c, it took 3.5 months of time. This is another case for Delhi. I have patients across India and other countries. This is same like 13 plus HbA1c. We brought it to 6.5 and stopped. She was taking 40 units insulin. I was able to stop it. This is also a very young guy, 42 years, 230 sugars, fasting post 440 tha. You are able to bring it to normal 130 is average sugars of 130s. So like that, I have many cases where we are able to stop medicines and where we are able to reverse it. This is a recent case. So here you can see the sugars 181 fasting, 257, 272 post, and case started on 13/6 last month, and 77, 130, 121, 118, 122, 133. So here you can see her message. For past 8 days, nunchi tablet ledu, without tablet, with only diet, sugar levels baga taggincharu sir. We are very happy. So I get such kind of messages from my patients every day. So we are able to make changes in the diet and lifestyle. We are able to control the sugars and stop the medicines. That is what I'm doing. So many medical doctors comes to me. So many entrepreneurs comes to me. This is from a USA case, hypertension reversal. So I have hundreds of success stories where I was able to successfully help them to come out of the medications. So this is my clinic address and the contacts. You can take screenshot to connect with me. Contact numbers in the screenshots you can take if you want to connect with me. So I'm open to take the questions. Thank you so much for your valuable time and listening. So I'm open to take the questions, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Can I talk?
Yeah, definitely.
Hello.
Who is this, sir?
I am Nagaraj Rao.
Nagaraj Rao.
Are you able to hear me, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Any relevance for the creatinine and diabetic patients, sir? Any relevance between the creatinine and diabetic? What is your comments on this?
Okay, sir. As you have mentioned,
yeah,
diabetes will affect the kidney function. So the creatinine levels will increase gradually. So I need to. I cannot say that I will reverse the chronic kidney disease. I can help to control the sugars. I can help to prevent further worsening of creatinine levels. This is what I can help. But definitely your sugar levels will be directly connected with the creatine or the kidney function, sir. Our glomerular GFR is directly linked with the sugar, sir. But if you are able to keep it under control, we'll be able to prevent further worsening of kidney function. But whatever the damage that happened, we cannot, it will be tough to reverse. But if it is in the beginning stage, we'll be able to help.
One more small request.
Yes, sir.
The creatinine percentage levels are 1.2, if I'm correct, for normal.
Yes, sir.
Or 1.1, 1.1, 1.2 something. If I'm correct.
Yes, sir. Lab that varies from lab to lab. There will be slight changes. That is like 1 to 1.2, sir. Roughly 1 to 1.2, we can say. Sir.
Roughly 1 to. Yeah. Yes. Is there any device to sense this creatinine and have a control over personality, sir? Any idea?
Sir, device for the creatinine, to check the creatinine, we do the blood test.
Yes, once in 6 months or once in 3 months. What do you suggest, sir?
Yes, sir. Once in 3, I mean, that depends on the patient's creatinine level, sir. Creatinine levels, that depends on patient's creatinine levels, first thing. And there is something called microalbumin test, urine microalbumin, that helps to identify the kidney damage in the beginning stage. Even though a lot of people have normal creatinine levels, but their microalbumin levels will be high. What does that mean is, when the kidneys are damaged, it will not be able to filter the protein well. So protein will be lost in the form of urine. When there is more protein in the urine, that indicates that there is kidney damage that is happening. So I suggest to do the microalbumin, the urine microalbumin also, that helps to identify the early stage of kidney disease.
Sir, your narration is very excellent and very informative, stage by stage. Of course, a little bit fast in anxiety to cover within the time stipulated by Mr. Sukumar, 40-45 minutes.
Yes.
But
Sir.
You touched all subjects. I wish to see you at the earliest and come to your clinic, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. So
I stay in Nallagandla. I will come to you, sir, shortly.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Thank you very much for your very informative message and really hats off to you. God bless you.
Dr. Ji.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Sir,
my pleasure.
Dr. Ji,
sir.
As a lifestyle physician and plant-based treatment, you have provided a valuable information regarding 6 pillars of lifestyle, as well as normal levels of diabetes and blood pressure, and causes and effects of diabetes also, and what are the lifestyle changes which are to be made also. You have widely covered, sir. And I request our members to interact any problems with 5 minutes so that we can conclude our session. He has given a wide range of information regarding the lifestyle changes and what are the eatables, non-eatables also. Everything he has covered. Anything which can be enlightened, you please ask Dr. Ji.
Jai Babu Garu wants to tell something, I think so.
Yes,
Jai
yes,
Babu.
sir. Go ahead, Jai Babu Garu.
Dr. Rajendra, sir.
Sir, good evening, sir.
Thank you for your valuable sessions. I just wanted to know one thing, sir. As you rightly pointed out, senior citizens are not getting good sleep.
Yes, sir.
And so many people are complaining also. And you have told some suggestions and all that.
Sir.
Can you little elaborate those things, sir? Number one. Number two, you have told that that breathing should be done through left nostrils, inhaling and exhaling.
Yes.
Can you also tell once again, sir?
Okay. So I will tell you, I can do 2 things for you as you asked. One is, I will tell you, I will explain you. Second is, I have written small, simple ebooks, and there are 20 plus ebooks I have written. I will give diabetic and the hypertension, high cholesterol, and sleep and physical activity. 5 ebooks I'll pass to Kumar Garu so that will be shared to you, so that contains all the strategies in a simple written form. It is like 10 minutes reading book. So that will be helpful for you in a written form. One thing that I will do for you, and as you have asked, left nostril breathing is closing the right nostril and inhale, exhale.
Last 5. Gurukha gurinchi adagabothunna.
So inhalation and exhalation through the left nostril. do it for 15-20 times. That will help you to calm down.
Okay, sir.
Sir, last one point I want to touch upon.
Yes, sir.
జనరల్ గా ఈ గురక అంటారు చూసారా సార్ తెలుగులో?
Yes, sir. Snoring. Yes, sir.
యా, ఈ స్నోరింగ్ కొంచెం మందికి సివియర్ గా ఉంటుంది, మేబీ బికాస్ ఆఫ్ ఒబేసిటీ అని అంటారు. ఎక్సర్సైజ్ చేసినప్పుడు అది తగ్గిపోతుంది అంటారు. కుడ్ కామెంట్ ఆన్ దిస్ గురక ఫర్ ఎస్పెషల్లీ సీనియర్
జనరల్ గా ఒబేస్ పీపుల్ లో ఉంటుంది. వాళ్ళు శాంతంగా పడుకుంటారు, పక్కన వాళ్ళు పడుకోనివ్వదు.
ఓకే.
సో డబుల్ చిన్ అంటే చిన్ అనేది ఇది డబుల్ చిన్ ఉన్నా గానీ లేక ఇది ఉంటే అది ఉంటుంది సార్. సో వెన్ వి లూజ్ ద వెయిట్ ఆర్ ద ఫ్యాట్, బాడీ మొత్తంలో ఫ్యాట్, ఎక్సెస్ ఫ్యాట్ అనేది లూజ్ అయినప్పుడు ఈవెన్చువల్ గా అది తగ్గిపోతుంది. మోస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ద కేసెస్ ఇట్ ఈస్ వెరీ మచ్, ఐ మీన్ ఇఫ్ ద రీజన్ ఈస్ లైక్ ఓవర్ వెయిట్ ఆర్ ఒబేసిటీ, వెన్ దే లూజ్ ద వెయిట్, దట్ ఈస్ వెరీ మచ్ పాసిబుల్ టు రెడ్యూస్ ఇట్, సార్.
Okay, thank you very much, sir.
Welcome, sir.
Sir, anybody wants to have any clarification from Dr.
Sir, I'll just.
Okay, madam. Proceed, madam. Renuka, madam.
డాక్టర్ గారు, మీరు 6 o'clock కల్లా డిన్నర్ చేయాలని చెప్పారు. కానీ 10 o'clock if I want to go to bed, in between these 4 hours I may feel hungry.
Yes, ma'am.
అప్పుడు ఏం చేయాలి?
Yeah, no worries. If you are feeling hungry, you can take a lemon honey water. You can take a simple small fruit or a lemon honey water. You can take, you can take 2 or 3-4 nuts. You can take. No worries. But adi mana psychological feeling. But if you're I mean, idoka option. Second option, if you're feeling really hungry, 6 o'clock you can stretch it to 7 o'clock. No problem.
Okay. 6 is too early, but 7 is okay.
Yeah.
Lakshman garu.
No.
Lakshman garu, I will have.
You pose the question, sir.
Chalam garu.
Sir, good evening, sir. Good evening, all the BBG friends and Dr. Garu. Actually, I have instead of questions, I want to express my satisfaction. Your presentation is very simple form and very in the short time you have covered all points of reasons for diabetes as well as solutions also given in the simplest form. So really very happy, and it once again every patient who's suffering with sugar will recheck himself and saturate the sugar levels.
Yes.
That I hope that, sir.
Yes.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Anybody wants to pose any question, sir, so that Dr. Saab is available to answer you.
Sir,
hello.
Myself, Janardhan Rao, sir. Can I have a one minute, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Proceed.
Yes, sir. Dr. Garu, very thankful, sir. Chala chakkaga chepparu. I am very lucky. Though I am not a sugar patient, definitely I will come and meet you. Secondary, sir, I am around 69 years old. Presently, I am not doing anything. ఈ రొటీన్స్ లైఫ్ లో మధ్యాహ్నం మాటలు 1 hour 10 minutes పడుకుంటున్నాను సార్, 3 to 4.
ఓకే.
అది ఎలా అవాయిడ్ చేయాలి సార్? దాని వల్ల నైట్ లేట్ అయిపోతుంది సార్ స్లీప్.
ఓకే. సో ఒకటి మీరు ఆ స్లీప్ డ్యూరేషన్ ని తగ్గించవచ్చు సార్. యూ కెన్ హ్యావ్ 10-15 minutes ఆఫ్ న్యాప్. అలారం పెట్టుకునేసి లేసేటట్టుగా పెట్టుకోండి. అంటే ఇప్పుడు adi, if that is not disturbing your night sleep, that is well and good, but it is affecting your night sleep means you need to reduce that duration.
Okay, sir. Okay.
And if it is not affecting your night sleep, that is well and good. You can continue with the afternoon sleep. No worries about that. But restrict it to half an hour to max 1 hour, sir. Don't go beyond that.
Sir, nice of you, sir. Very nice of you.
Vijayasagar from Australia. I want to talk.
So this is Ravindra, sir.
Yes, sir.
Ravindra ji, you please pose your
This is
question.
Ravindra, sir. Sir, good evening, Dr. Garu. Excellent presentation, sir, on diabetes, sir. My one doubt is this, sir. Senior citizens may affect the diabetes at this age, sir. ఇప్పటి వరకు లేని వాళ్ళకి ఇప్పుడు ఏమైనా వచ్చే ఛాన్సెస్ ఉంటాయా?
ఓకే సార్, అది ఎట్లా తెలుసుకోవచ్చు? లాట్ ఆఫ్ పీపుల్ కి డౌట్ ఉంటుంది. దేర్ ఈస్ సంథింగ్ కాల్డ్ ఫాస్టింగ్ ఇన్సులిన్ టెస్ట్.
సార్ మిగిలిన వాళ్ళు మ్యూట్ చేసుకోండి
సార్. డోంట్ డిస్టర్బ్ సార్.
Okay. Okay. Ravindra garu, there is a test called fasting insulin or HOMA-IR, హోమా ఇన్సులిన్ రెసిస్టెన్స్ అనేసి. అవి చేసుకుంటే మన బాడీలో ఇన్సులిన్ రెసిస్టెన్స్ ఉందా అని తెలుస్తుంది. మీకు డయాబెటీస్ వచ్చే కంటే 5 years 10 years ముందే ఇన్సులిన్ రెసిస్టెన్స్ బాడీలో ఉంటుంది. మనకి ఇన్సులిన్ రెసిస్టెన్స్ తెలియాలంటే ఒక టెస్ట్ చేయాలి, ఫాస్టింగ్ ఇన్సులిన్. బట్ చాలా మంది డాక్టర్స్ చేయరు. మనం ఫాస్టింగ్ ఇన్సులిన్ ప్లస్ HOMA-IR టెస్ట్ చేసుకుంటే మన బాడీలో ఇన్సులిన్ రెసిస్టెన్స్ ఉందా అనేది అర్థమవుతుంది. మనకి ఇన్సులిన్ రెసిస్టెన్స్ ఉంది అని తెలిస్తే అప్పుడు మనము లైఫ్ స్టైల్ చేంజ్ చేసుకుని సీరియస్ గా చేస్తే మనము రాకుండా ప్రివెంట్ చేయొచ్చు. అది అంటే దిస్ టెస్ట్ విల్ హెల్ప్ us to identify the early stages so that we'll be able to prevent, sir. Sir, you can unmute and you can speak, sir. You are muted. You are muted. You can unmute and speak, sir.
Okay, sir. Any more questions, sir?
Sir, అందరూ మ్యూట్ లో ఉన్నారు, వాళ్ళు అన్మ్యూట్ చేసుకుని మాట్లాడొచ్చు because we have muted everyone.
And I request Sudhakar Jemili also introduce yourself, and Sukumar also introduce yourself, and I request our Sukumar secretary to give a vote of thanks if any questions are not there.
Sir, this is a very small question, sir. Shall I ask, sir?
Ask, sir.
Sir, namaste, sir.
Namaste, sir.
Namaste, Dr. Garu.
Namaste, sir.
నా పేరు రవీంద్రనాథ్, సార్. మా మిస్సెస్ కు 6 months, మామూలు 3 months యావరేజ్ ఉంటుంది కదా, 6.2 6.5 ఉంటా ఉంది. వీళ్ళు డాక్టర్ గారు ఏమన్నారంటే యాక్చువల్గా తనకు ఈ డయాబెటిక్ అని ఎప్పుడు అయిందంటే ఈ మోకాళ్ళ ఆపరేషన్ అయిన తర్వాత అప్పుడు స్టార్ట్ అవుతుంది సార్, 2019లో సార్. అంతకుముందు షీ ఈజ్ నాట్ అట్ ఆల్ డయాబెటిక్ సార్. మామూలుగా ఈ విడాల్ పిన్ ఉంది కదా, గ్యాల్బాస్మేట్ 50/500 మార్నింగ్ ఒకటి బిఫోర్ ఫుడ్ వాడమన్నారు, నైట్ వాడమన్నారు సార్. ఇది రివర్సల్ కు ఏమైనా పాసిబిలిటీ ఉంది సార్? మిమ్మల్ని వచ్చి క్లినిక్ లో కలుస్తాము.
షూర్ సార్, తప్పకుండా. సార్, షుగర్ లెవెల్స్ కంట్రోల్ లో ఉన్నాయి. ఇక్కడ ఏమంటే మ్యాటర్ షుగర్ లెవెల్స్ కంట్రోల్ లో ఉండవు విత్ మినిమం మెడిసిన్స్ ఆర్ వితౌట్ మెడిసిన్స్ ఈస్ గుడ్. But if you are taking many medicines and controlling the sugars is not good. Many scientific studies are there which have concluded that if you are able to control the sugars with many medicines and the insulin, that will cause all the complications anesi. So Madam Gardi 6.2 6.5 lo undi ante chala good, and at the age of 68 lo kuda she is able to maintain that is good.
Yes, sir.
కొంచెం అంటే ఏజ్ ప్రకారము మీరు సీరియస్ గా చేయగలిగితే ఇట్ ఈస్ వెరీ మచ్ పాసిబుల్ టు రెడ్యూస్ ద డోస్. అది మినిమం ఇప్పుడు ఓన్లీ మెట్ఫార్మిన్ మీద పెట్టేటట్టుగా మనం ప్రయత్నించవచ్చు సార్.
ఓకే, అయితే వచ్చి కలుస్తాం సార్. థాంక్ యూ వెరీ మచ్ సార్.
yes sir,
థాంక్ యూ, కైండ్ ఆఫ్ యూ సార్.
sir, just I will attach my charger.
Hello,
yes sir, go ahead sir.
every 6 months మీరు చెక్ చేసుకోవాలి.
sir, మీ వాయిస్ క్లియర్ లేదు సాగర్ గారు.
He is in Australia, sir. He is talking from Sydney.
yes sir.
మీరు every 6 months టెస్ట్ చేసుకోవాలని చెప్పారు కదా.
yes sir.
ఏ టెస్ట్ చేసుకోవాలి ఒకటి,
okay,
ఏ టెస్ట్ చేసుకోవాలి, ట్రీట్మెంట్ ఏంటి?
సార్, నాకు ఫస్ట్ అర్థమైంది ఏం టెస్ట్ చేసుకోవాలి అన్నది, బట్ నాకు సెకండ్ క్వశ్చన్ అర్థం కాలేదు.
అంటే హెల్దీ పర్సన్
సార్, కుమార్ గారు మీకు ఏమైనా సెకండ్ క్వశ్చన్ అర్థమైందా? నాకు ఫస్ట్ క్వశ్చన్ వినిపించింది, సెకండ్ వినిపించట్లేదు.
విద్యాసాగర్ గారు హెల్దీ పర్సన్ అని అంటున్నారు, తర్వాత ఏంటన్నారు?
హెల్దీ పర్సన్ ఏం టెస్ట్ చేయించుకోవాలి?
ఓకే,
హెల్దీ పర్సన్ ఏం టెస్టులు చేయించుకోవాలంటున్నారు సార్.
ఫైన్ సార్, 6 months ఒకసారి ఎవరైనా కానీ ఇఫ్ యు ఆర్ హ్యావింగ్ ఇష్యూస్ ఆర్ నాట్ హ్యావింగ్ ఇష్యూస్, కొన్ని టెస్ట్లు ఉన్నాయి, అవి ఇండిపెండెంట్ గా చేసుకోకండి. లాట్ ఆఫ్ ల్యాబ్స్ ఆర్ ఆఫరింగ్ యాజ్ ఎ ప్యాకేజ్. ఇండిపెండెంట్ గా చేసుకుంటే అవి 5,000 10,000 రూపీస్ అవుతాయి. మీరు ప్యాకేజ్ లా చేసుకుంటే 2,000 లోపల 2-3,000 లో అవుతాయి. ఫస్ట్ థింగ్. సెకండ్ థింగ్, ఏమేమి టెస్ట్లు అందులో కిడ్నీ ఫంక్షన్ ఉంటుంది, లివర్ ఫంక్షన్ ఉంటుంది, లిపిడ్ ప్రొఫైల్ ఉంటుంది, షుగర్ లెవెల్స్ ఉంటాయి, విటమిన్ డి ఉంటుంది, B12 ఉంటుంది, కార్డియాక్ రిస్క్ మార్కర్స్ ఉంటాయి. ఇవన్నీ టెస్ట్లు కూడా మీకు ప్యాకేజ్ లో కవర్ అవుతాయి. సో ప్యాకేజ్ లో చేసుకోవచ్చు. థైరోకేర్ ఉంది, మంచి ల్యాబ్స్ అన్ని అంటే లోకల్ ల్యాబ్స్ లో చేసుకోకండి. NABL అక్రియేటెడ్ ల్యాబ్స్ అంటే స్టాండర్డ్ ల్యాబ్స్ ఉంటాయి. థైరోకేర్ 1mg వాళ్ళు కావచ్చు, ప్యాక్ ల్యాబ్ కావచ్చు, లాల్ ప్యాక్, ఇట్లా ఏవైనా రెప్యూటెడ్ ల్యాబ్స్ లోనే చేసుకోండి. ఆ ప్యాకేజ్ లాగా చేసుకోండి. మళ్ళీ చెప్తున్నా, ఐఎమ్ రిపీటింగ్ ద టెస్ట్. అండ్ చాలా మందికి వైటమిన్ డి అండ్ B12 డెఫిషియన్సీస్ ఉన్నాయి. అది చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్ కరెక్షన్ చేసుకోవడము. కాబట్టి వైటమిన్ డి B12 డెఫిషియన్సీ ఉంటే సింపుల్ గా సప్లిమెంట్స్ తో కరెక్ట్ చేసుకోవచ్చు అవి. కాబట్టి డూ అండర్ ఏ ప్యాకేజ్ అండ్ ఆల్ దిస్ టెస్ట్ vitamin D, B12, lipid profile are the cholesterol levels, and HbA1c are the sugar levels, and liver function, kidney function, cardiac risk markers, and hemogram and hemoglobin levels ivanni kuda. So ivanni test meeku package lo cover ayipotayi sir.
Okay sir.
Sudhakar
Vidyasagar garu inga sir, you have widely covered all the causes and effects of diabetes as well as blood pressure and cholesterol also sir, and as a lifestyle physician you have given a valuable information to our people sir. Most of our people are suffering with all these things, and we are very thankful to you sir, and our and I request all the members to join this type of programs of BBG, so that valuable information can be processed and can be shared to all for the benefit of all the members. I request all the members to widely share this message to all the members, and very valuable information has been given by our Dr. Ji. I request Sri Sukumar Ji to introduce yourself and give word of thanks to Dr. Ji.
సుధాకర్ గారు ఏమైనా మాట్లాడతారా? సుధాకర్ జమిలి.
సార్ బిఫోర్ అవుట్ ఆఫ్ థ్యాంక్స్ సార్, ఒక్కసారి సార్ డాక్టర్ గారు మీరు అది ఈ బుక్స్ పంపిస్తామన్నారు కదా, 10 minutes దయచేసి పంపించండి సార్, మేము మా కొలీగ్స్ నుంచి తెప్పించుకుంటాం సార్, ప్లీజ్
సార్. It will be posted in all the groups sir. He will be sending to me. I will post in all the groups sir.
Thank you sir.
Okay sir, Anna vote of thanks.
You give the vote of thanks sir. Sukumar ji.
Respected Dr. Rajendra ఎవరండి? ఎవరు మాట్లాడింది?
హలో
tell me sir.
హలో
sir.
సార్ ఇప్పుడు డాక్టర్
Sir, your voice is breaking sir. Inaudible.
ఇప్పుడు క్లియర్ ఉంది సార్.
ఇప్పుడు చెప్పండి
సార్. ఇప్పుడు డాక్టర్ గారు ఏమన్నారంటే ప్రిస్క్రైబ్ ల్యాబ్స్ ఉంటాయి, వాటిలో ప్యాకేజ్ లాగా చేయించుకుంటే తక్కువలో పడుతుంది, 2000-2500 పడుతుంది అన్నారు. అలాంటి ల్యాబ్ ఏమన్నా మనకి టైప్ మెయింటైన్ చేస్తానికి అవకాశం ఉందో అడిగితే అది మెయింటైన్ చేస్తానికి బెటర్ సార్. ఎందుకంటే బయట చాలా ఛార్జ్ చేస్తున్నారు కమర్షియల్ గా.
ఓకే సార్, మీరు ఎక్కడైనా చేసుకోండి. మీకు కావాలంటే నాకు పర్సనల్ గా థైరోకేర్ తో టైఅప్ ఉంది, నాకు వాళ్ళు 20% డిస్కౌంట్స్ ఇస్తారు. సో అదే ప్రైస్ లో నేను మీకు ఏ ప్యాకేజ్ అయినా మార్కెట్ ప్రైస్ కంటే నాకు 20% డిస్కౌంట్ ఇస్తాను అదే డాక్టర్ గా నాకున్న టైఅప్ తో. సో అదే ప్రైస్ తో నేను మీ అందరికి కూడా ప్రొవైడ్ చేస్తాను వితౌట్ ఎనీ టేకింగ్ ఎనీ సింగిల్ రూపీ.
మేము 2000 మెంబర్స్ ఉన్నాం కాబట్టి విత్ యువర్ రికమెండేషన్ we can have a interaction with the people and get a tie-up with them.
Sure sir, I can do that. Meeku Kumar garu meeku okasari na contact avandi. Meeku
okay sir, I will be in touch with you sir regarding this thing.
Yeah, definitely we will do the needful sir.
Your clinic ekkada unda area lo clinic?
Sir, I have my clinic just next to the Forum Mall, so Nexus Mall, KPHP sir.
Yes. Okay, thank you very much.
Kumar ji.
Thank you, respected lovely BBGians, respected President Prasad Garu, respected Chairman of Activities J. Lakshman Kumar and Dr. Poduri Garu, and my dear BBGians. ఈ రోజు డాక్టర్ రాజేంద్ర గారు చాలా చక్కగా మనకి అన్ని విషయాలు వివరంగా వివరించారు, చాలా చక్కగా చెప్పారు. అలాగే మనం అందరం అడిగిన ప్రశ్నలకు కూడా చాలా చక్కగా విపులంగా సమాధానాలు చెప్పారు. రియల్లీ ఇట్స్ ఏ గ్రేట్ థింగ్. మనం ఇట్లా బీబీజీ ద్వారా ఎన్నో కార్యక్రమాలను జరుపుకుంటున్నాము, ఎంతమంది డాక్టర్లతో ఇంటరాక్టివ్ అవుతున్నాము. కాబట్టి మీరు అందరూ కూడా దయచేసి పార్టిసిపేట్ చేయండి, మీ ఫ్రెండ్స్ కి కో బీబీజియన్స్ కూడా చెప్పండి. ఇది చాలా యూస్ఫుల్ గా ఉంటుంది. రియల్లీ టుడేస్ ప్రోగ్రామ్ ఈజ్ ఎక్సలెంట్. హి హాస్ ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్డ్ ఎవ్రీథింగ్ వెరీ నైస్లీ. ఎవ్రీబడి హూ హాస్ పార్టిసిపేటెడ్ టుడే డెఫినెట్లీ వీ హావ్ బెనిఫిటెడ్ సార్. డాక్టర్ రాజేంద్ర గారు మన బీబీజీ తరఫున, ప్రెసిడెంట్ గారి తరఫున, చైర్మన్ ఆఫ్ అవర్ కమిటీ లక్ష్మణ్ కుమార్ గారు, అవర్ డాక్టర్ పోడూర్ గారు అండ్ అవర్ కమిటీ మెంబర్స్, బోర్డ్ మెంబర్స్ తరఫున, బీబీజియన్స్ తరఫున మీకు మా నమస్కారాలు తెలియజేస్తున్నాం. థ్యాంక్ యూ వెరీ మచ్ సార్.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Dr. Ji, and thank you, everybody. Thank you, committee members. Good night,
Thank
sir,
you.
everybody.
Good night, Anna. Good night, everybody. Good night.
థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్ ఫర్ యువర్ పేషెన్స్ అండి. ఈ ఏజ్ లో మీరు టైం పెట్టేసి ఇంత 1.5 hours కూడా పేషెన్స్ తో ఉన్నారు. థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్ ఫర్ యువర్ టైం. అండ్ యా, ఐఎమ్ లుకింగ్ ఫార్వర్డ్. మీకు ఏ హెల్ప్ కావాలన్నా నా వైపు నుంచి ఐఎమ్ ఆల్వేస్ దేర్ టు సపోర్ట్ యూ అండి. యూ కెన్ కనెక్ట్ విత్ సుకుమార్ గారు ఆర్ కుమార్ గారు, అండ్ ఐ విల్ డూ ద నీడ్ఫుల్ హెల్ప్, ఎనీథింగ్ దట్ ఐ కెన్.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your valuable information.